everyone. Sorry about the delay of over 2 hours. I was in a meeting and, I apologize for that. And I know many of y'all were waiting for me. And I just wanted to tell you guys how happy I am to do this live. It's very deep, very deeply connected to my heart and soul. And, lately my DM and I've been talking a lot and, the initial stages of our connection. And it has been a beautiful thing. And wanted to just, and that's why, this topic is dedicated to my DM, of course, for being the inspiration behind this. And and again, let me check if I'm in the. Okay, I am in the right group because there was once I was. There was once I was I did this live in my own group. So just give it a moment. All right. So give me a moment. Let me invite all in, and then we can start. All right. Okay. So you guys can all hear me loud and clear? All right. I got a new mic. That's why. All right. Oh, MJ is here. Thank you so much, MJ, for being here. Lovely to see you always. Without you, there's no group. So, heartfelt gratitude to you always and always for, running this group, being each and every one of us support, unconditional love, and everything. You truly, truly the mother of the group, I would say, in so many ways, motherly nurturing all of the members, being there, being available, understanding, having that wisdom to inspire all of us. So big shout out to MJ for being who you are. Love you loads. And I hope you guys are very excited about today's topic. And I think we will see more people coming in, especially for those, who are night owls, because I haven't done a live in this timing in a long time because the last 6-7 weeks I've been doing it at 9 p.m. So today we might see a different crowd. So I'm really excited about that. So I wanted to do a quick analysis of the current energies. The 6-6 portal has been wonderful in every way. The healings I've been doing have been very special. So I've extended it till the 11th of June actually. So if you guys want a healing activation, a 6-6 portal healing activation, you can book via my website. Also guys, I will highly recommend soul realignment, womb clearing. This is such an auspicious period because basically Mother Earth is birthing birthing so much from her energy grid. So she's basically, influencing the ley lines to better match, align in 5D. So we are experiencing all kinds of changes. It's just so beautiful, technologically, spiritually, mystically. It's such a beautiful period of divine transition, growth, wonderment in every way. We are just expanding and growing, and it's so beautiful. So many of you all maybe have been feeling a little volatile energetically. You may have felt a lot of triggers coming in, especially for those in separation. You may be feeling this yearning to connect with your divine masculine deeper and deeper, and all of that might just be coming in, and it's because of the alignment that is taking place today. And again, all praise to God always. Without God, there is no life, there is no group, there is no, literally, God. All praise to God always. So again, as I said, today is a very special day, especially one day after the 6-6 portal. And Nicole says, hi Vash, hi everyone. And MJ says, gratitude to you and all our readers. Always, MJ. Without you, I wouldn't have even been doing live. So thank you for encouraging me and motivating me to do these lives. And I think I did my first live in November 2021. So we are in 2025 now. So successfully to 2022, 2020. So over 3 years. I've done this live over 3 years, right? So it's amazing. So really, so excited to see our regulars coming in, and good day to you too, Karen. And oh, all right, back to the energies. So the energies are, like I said, very volatile, but at the same time very empowering as well. So it's been a week of breakthroughs, especially for the divine feminines. Many of y'all may have felt very rough and edgy and frustrated and furious, but it's all because massive changes are taking place magnetically, geomagnetically. Ley lines are being deeply influenced by Mother Earth sacred healing energies as well. So many of us are being activated. So, be ready to pack your bags. So you might find yourself traveling to sacred sites, in Asia, Phuket, Bali, the Philippines are all hot spots, like Manila, I meant, in Philippines, of course. So a lot of hot spots are being activated, especially the outskirts. So example, let's take Thailand or Vietnam or Cambodia or Laos. It's all these spots are being activated. And in Europe, we are seeing Portugal, Spain, Croatia, some parts of Germany, even in UK, there are stargates opening up. So really, really, it's high time. And Southern America as well, Argentina, a lot of portals are opening up there. So if you find yourselves in any of these places, you are in there for great work. Antarctica, many stargates are opening. Especially this month is going to be a month of mysticism. So if you notice paranormal activities, they are not paranormal, they are normal. Actually, that's our reality, and we are living quite the contrary. So 5D Earth, it's all about integration, soul level mind bending. So the mind is truly going to bend. All this while the mind has been stubborn in the 3D, 4D, it has been fixed, rational, logical, creating a lot of havoc. But now the mind is going to bend into the reality that we are all co-creating as a collective. So it's going to be a very auspicious period for sacred unions. So for many of y'all who may be so close but so far, union is coming in. You're going to literally be in each other's arms very soon. For some of you who are in separation due to mission reasons, that too is going to shift a bit. God, sacred cosmos is actually creating these sacred frequencies for twin flames to connect with each other in the physical without being tainted by the not so good energy. So such sacred frequencies are opening up as well. So if you're in the right frequency, you will still be able to be in 3D physical union with your divine counterpart, even if your mission might not allow that comfort. But so there's a lot of plans at play that's coming in. And there's another topic. I was talking to one of my clients, and we were talking about why some divine feminines have the urge to be with a soulmate, a higher level soulmate, and how not all soulmates are soulmates. So it goes back to the red dress theory in the Matrix movie, where when Morpheus is telling Neo about the illusion, then the red lady walks by and he's distracted for a moment. So again, as divine feminines, if you're in separation, we may have the urge to be with someone, but of course not on a soul level, because it's impossible for us to be with anyone else. But if you're experiencing this will be next week's topic. So I'm kind of giving you a preview into that. We'll talk more about it and why not all connections that you meet after meeting your DM in the 3D physical might actually be beneficial to your journey. In fact, it might be a detriment. So we'll definitely talk more about it next week. And this week, let's focus on the topic at hand. Like I said, energetically, things are flowing in a very, very beautiful way. Major activations, light work is at play. So if you find yourself in the ocean going for a scuba dive, or literally just doing ocean related light work or mountain related light work, great work, it's all because we are all being activated right now. Divine masculines are traveling with madness. Like truly, they might find themselves in Bali one moment and Vietnam another, and then back home, to their home countries. They might be anywhere in the world, from Puerto Rico to Spain to Argentina to literally anywhere. So it's such a sacred period of growth and deep integration, soul level integration that is taking place between you and your divine counterpart. All you have to do is receive, trust, and surrender to God. God is going to be your utmost source of wisdom at all times. And build that relationship, guys. It's going to be so special. All right, with that, let's delve into today's topic. So today's topic, as I said, is dedicated to my own divine masculine, and it's something that I've been reminiscing about, and my DM and I were really talking about that. So when we experienced our own separation back in the day, and how at the same time, I was also evolving as a psychic, and a lot was happening. One thing that I did was I would reflect back on our old conversation to find clues as to what he really meant. And lately, talking to other divine feminine clients of mine, divine masculine clients of mine as well, I realized there is so much more than the words that we exchange with each other. So that's why today's topic is to talk about the lessons our divine masculines teach us consciously and subconsciously. What are they? What is the relevance? And how does it affect our journey? So when we talk about lessons, what they are trying to teach, it's actually very, very sacred in its own way. And what do I mean by sacred? So for example, let's take a very common phrase used by our beloved divine masculine as a first point of rejection is, I'm not interested. You keep seeing that, right? Like if you're not interested in an ad, you're not interested in you have that option, not interested. So when divine masculines often say this, they might not really understand the depth of the definition of why they say this. But anyway, it's to cut you off, right? And that's their primary motive and purpose. So they say it with all heaviness of your heart, and being a wounded feminine, awakening feminine, whatever stage you are in, and how you're going to handle it really depends on you. But often it is a situation whereby you're offended at least a certain percentage, depending on how much you're awakening in your journey. But what does it actually mean when he says, I'm not interested in you? We can navigate through this in a couple of ways. And what is he trying to teach you? So basically, number one, you're not interested in yourself. You have very low self-esteem. You don't find yourself attractive. You hate yourself, actually. But you expect your DM to do all of this for you. So it's basically asking yourself to do all of this for you, but contradicting your own statement. So when he says, I'm not interested in you, you are actually not interested in yourself. So if you only take a moment to reflect this deep wisdom, you will realize that he's actually not telling you that he's not interested in you. He's actually not interested in himself. And you're both mirroring that. And I have, coined the term contrast mirroring and direct mirroring before. So sometimes you're direct mirroring, especially in this situation, when he says, I'm not interested, he's not interested in himself. Neither are you interested in yourself. And how do you shift past this frequency? So that's why I've also put it out there that your DM does this subconsciously. Because if he doesn't say that, you're never going to break out of your bubble. You're going to constantly expect love from your divine masculine and not think about loving yourself or being interested in yourself. So, very interestingly, divine feminines tend to meet their divine masculines for the first time when they are in a very, very crucial stage in their life. And they may actually have gone through the dark night of the soul, or maybe in bad shape. So for example, the first time you meet your divine masculine, you might not be your beautiful self according to traditional traditional standards of beauty. So in other words, you may feel very unattractive. So the first time you meet your DM, you literally might not have makeup on you, and that might serve as a insecurity, or you may have gained more weight and you're usually not in that weight or something like that. There will be something that is going to make you feel ugly about yourself is because that's what the DM does. He kind of triggers you from within to make everything that you're feeling, your confidence, the way you perceive yourself, everything come to the surface, and booms, he rejects you. And the reason he does that is because you may be convincing yourself that you love yourself, but truly you might not love yourself. So to bring that out, actually. Another thing, your DM, same thing, he might, be convincing himself that he loves himself, but in reality, he hates himself beyond the definition of hate. So that is point number one. So this is what he's teaching you subconsciously, because he's not even aware of what he's trying to actually say. So very interestingly, this is very common, often someone books me in for a twin flame session. This is what they say: oh, my DM rejected me with words. He says he doesn't want to be with me, he doesn't like me, he's not interested in me. Basically a way to escape from the connection, or I don't see you this way, or blah blah blah, whatever is it. These are all subconsciously his way of awakening your inner feminine. So again, so you all know what I mean when it comes to this point. I'm unable to read the comments. Oh, hello, Kasturi. Lovely to see you. Yes, so that is the first point, right? Comments with regards to breaking your bubble. And often, this bubble has many layers, So that's the reason why the rejection comes in at the peak of your insecurity, at the peak of your unworthiness. That's how you perceive about yourself. And when he actually says those words, you go really deep down. You start hating yourself even more. And you may ask, so why is he doing that? What is he trying to teach me? Make me feel worse? What is he actually trying to do to you? Is he's trying to break your conditioning, your brainwashing, how you perceive yourself, how much love you can hold for yourself. Because divine feminines have the tendency to love bomb. Love bomb in many ways, gifts, cooking for your divine masculine, buying him, doing everything to make him feel loved. Right? So this could be expressed in so many ways, your undivided attention, you caring about his family members, you being present, you being, open, you opening up with your heart, creating space for conversations. You do everything. But what happens is sometimes it strangulates your divine masculine, because he's not used to receiving such pure open love. So he goes back, and when he's with you, he feels loved. He feels magical. He's not able to think, because it's a reunion, it's a homecoming. And that's why often, in a twin flame journey, you experience that honeymoon phase in the beginning, where everything is perfect. You might end up spending every single day with them. And if you count back on the days, it would be like, we were together all the time, and I can't even remember what we were talking about or what we were doing. Sometimes it's not even intimate, it's different kinds of intimacy. I don't mean physical intimacy, but it could be intimate, like cooking together, enjoying music together, hanging out with each other's family. It could be this kind of intimate activities. And a big thing is cooking is a big theme. You might be cooking for each other. Most of the time the divine feminine will be cooking a lot, because there are many layers to the cooking. You're basically exchanging codes, you're sending transmissions, so it is part of a bigger plan as well. Exchange of food, exchange of gifts. You will notice that you may have always been this kind of person, because divine feminines are naturally givers, nurturers, right? But you will be doing it a lot more for your divine masculine than you would have done to any other guy. And you will literally feel him in every essence of your soul and body, in every cell of your body. You'll be feeling his sacred presence. You will be completely intertwined with every aspect of his soul in every beautiful way possible. You will start seeing him more in your dreams, that the moments you're not with him, you'll be yearning to be in his presence. You'll just be waiting on the next moment to spend with him. And that's when, your divine masculine starts to get confused. He'll be like, how can a love be so pure and perfect? She definitely has an agenda, she's definitely trying to tie me in the label of marriage or commitment, or there is an agenda because I can't trust this. But when he's with you, he surrenders, he collapses. So he starts building this resistance where he starts to confide with friends and family. And of course, there are going to be people who distort the journey, disrupt the journey, and often it might be his male friends, or it could be toxic family members, or it could be anyone. So these friends will start saying, hey, definitely this person has an agenda, because women are not that pure these days. It's impossible. If she's cooking for you, or if she's showing you so much attention, there's definitely a hidden agenda. So then your DM slowly starts to believe in that narrative, and he starts being mean to you. And the first stage will be spending lesser and lesser time with you. Second stage will be, he might be sarcastic, or every time you get close to him, he might take 10 steps back. He might try to put you in a friend zone, even though clearly there is an unexplainable attraction that is mystical, it's beyond. So he will spend the time persuading you that, what, he's going to go away from your life, and you will start feeling him leaving. So you are going to operate from the mind, and you're going to try to do everything you can do to make him stay. And that's when contrast mirroring takes place. You are chasing him and he's running away. And this is the stage whereby your divine masculine is actually teaching a lot of things about you, and vice versa. But most of the time, the DM is the one that starts to teach subconsciously. So he starts to be mean with his words, but he will never be able to hurt you. So like I said, he might say things like, I really, really, really like you, and then he will contradict himself by saying, I'm not interested in you. They just don't balance up, do they? But there's an important lesson, in this. What he's trying to say that you are doing this to yourself. You actually like yourself, but you're not interested in yourself. You're constantly seeking external validation. And at this point, what he's teaching you is how much of his love matters to you. Is his acceptance what's going to determine your self-worth? Is his love what's going to create a life for you? So these are the learning lessons at this point. So the second point is the disruptor, the friend, the person who tries to pull you away from your divine masculine. In some cases, it could be a karmic partnership, The karmic might return again. It could be another karmic soulmate, or somebody trying to. So they are planted in there. Often they are NPCs, they are distorters, they are here on an assignment to pull you both away from each other. So if there is no third party, if there is no karmic or someone who is romantically involved, often it will be a friend, the male best friend, and this male best friend will come out of the blue, and he will start to control the life of your divine masculine. So example, he meets you every weekend. He might have made an error by cancelling his plans with this group of toxic friends, and he goes out with you, and that's when the disruptor will be like, we have to put a stop to this. And he will stop his friend, your divine masculine, from meeting you. And slowly, daily meetings will become weekly meetings will become monthly meetings, and slowly your DM will disappear from your life. And you, as a divine feminine, you are going bonkers. You're going crazy. You're like, why is this happening to me? I've been so sacred, I've been so pure, I've been holding this light for this very moment, and boom, my DM disappears. What am I supposed to do? Well, there's nothing you can do. It's only going to make things worse. Anything you say, anything you do, he's just going to tell you that he's never, ever, ever going to talk to you again. You may think, hey, I waited 3 years. No words, no silence. But if you force a meeting, he's going to hate you more. So what might have been amicable might become worse. It might become distorted to the point he might even block you. Again, what is he trying to teach you at this point? Self-worth. How much self-respect are you willing to give yourself? How low are you going to try to stoop to save what? This connection, this sacred connection? Well, what is sacred until you look within and not external? union. So he's trying to help you to understand union is not only external, 3D, and physical, but actually internal. Until you unite with yourself and you are aligned in a sacred frequency of union, you're never going to unite with your divine counterpart. And all of this is happening in his subconscious. So every action of his, everything he does, it's shaping you to be the powerful divine feminine goddess you're meant to be. And another thing is the conversations that you have. You have to always think about the conversations that you have with your divine counterpart, because there's always multiple meanings to what he says. To activate things within you, to remember who you are on a soul level, to activate latent soul gifts and everything. So this is what's actually happening in the most purest and the most sacred way possible. It's the merging of starlight between the both of you. So this is the stage whereby you start having opposing views on matters. So for example, he might start to notice you're being more psychic, you're being more intuitive, and he might start calling you on that by saying things like, oh, I'm an atheist, I don't believe in God, I don't trust this, which is actually, it's his protective mechanism. It's him dismissing what he doesn't understand. So instead of connecting to God, he runs away from God too. He runs away from you, he runs away from God, he runs away from anything that makes him see your starlight or even his starlight. So that's when he would say things to you, and you're probably, in awe with him. So you're going to agree to everything he says, right? So he might say things like, I don't believe in reincarnation, I don't believe in past lives, I don't believe. And then your question, this is actually a conversation that I had with my own divine masculine years ago, where we are talking really deeply about things, and it's like 11 p.m. at night, and it's like suddenly we're inspired to talk about these things, and I'm talking about consciousness, this, that, and then he's suddenly like, I don't believe in any of this. Then I ask him, so what happens to the soul? I don't even believe, nothing happens. Literally nothing happens. And that was a beautiful awakening moment to me, because on a subconscious level, of course, he's probably saying that on an atheist perspective, he's probably saying like, there's nothing, right? We are born, we die, and that's it. But to me, it was a big defining moment, because in all my teachings, I say reaching God, self-realization, enlightenment. But the state of nothingness was very crucial in my teachings. And that was the point I actually introduced that. Unlimited, infinite, multidimensional growth and ascension. So it was also at that state where awakened feminine became awakening feminine. So the state of nothingness kind of questions you to become a version of yourself that's constantly growing and evolving. So instead of a state, I'm going to be self-realized, or there are past lives, this and that, you're going into a state of utmost creativity and infinity, and accepting everything as everything and everything as nothing. So again, I grew up in a very spiritual household, not a religious one, but spiritual one. But my dad is a skeptic. So as usual, growing up, like I said, I was aware of my gifts. I was doing a lot of stuff even as a child. And my dad will question me in everything. Everything. Example, I will say I'm a starseed. He'll be like, what do you mean? Explain. And you will keep debating with me. And that was very important, because you don't want to be lost in this world of illusions, because the truth in itself can become an illusion if you drown in these beliefs without awareness or reaching that sacred frequency. So the same thing was being reflected through my divine masculine. So my father built my spiritual foundation. My divine masculine brought it to the next level. So him dismissing everything. At the same time, he was encouraging me to be a psychic as well. So it was like contradictory, right? One moment he's like saying, hey, you should shine in your potential as a psychic, when I was fully focused on my law career alone. In fact, I posted on my page that I'm not going to do any more healings or psychic readings, back in 2018, that's the year I graduated from law school. And I'm like, then I meet my DM, and then everything changes, right? He puts me back on this path only to contradict everything he says. So, but to me, again, all blessings to God, wisdom of God, I was able to navigate this through quite quickly. Instead of going down the path of insecurity and low self-worth, I actually started working on myself deeper and deeper. I started saying, hey, there is always something that my DM says. You put him up on a pedestal, right? So everything he says should have meaning, right? So I started, rewinding every conversation we had during our separation. And I realized, wow, everything that he has been saying, has been doing, has been sharing, they are all pearls of wisdom. He was doing it subconsciously at that stage, because we're always mirroring our divine counterpart, right? But it was all crucial. So again, everything your DM does, says, is part of your evolution. So that's the reason why I always say the divine masculine is more. His awakening process is more than the divine feminine, because even subconsciously he's able to trigger things in you that helps you to grow and ascend. Every action of it, in every client I work with every individual I help in the twin flame journey, one thing is, when they come to me and say, oh, my DM did this, he can't leave his karmic, he I don't know why, even in this gap, he needs to jump to another lady. What is he trying to teach you? What is he trying to teach you? He's trying to teach you about your own self-worth. And your own self-worth is not about competing with him and dating because he's doing it. It's actually to go into the space of contrast mirroring. Direct mirroring will be, oh, he finds someone, you find someone. Contrast mirroring is for you to look within. Why is he behaving this way? Why? And when you ask this question and beg God for answers, you will get that wisdom code that it's all happening for a reason. Well, number 1, karmic cycles. Number 2, NPC intervention. Number 3, for your own soul to evolve to the next level, for you to transcend your mind and to merge with cosmic consciousness. And this is not even enlightenment or self-realization or whatever. It's merging with the infinite and become infinity itself. And your DM has to do all of this for you to get there. You know how difficult it is when he loves someone and to be with someone else, or when he loves someone and becomes a monk, when he loves someone and quits his job and don't know what he's doing with his life. Why? He's doing it for you, and that is the ultimate sacrifice of the divine masculine. Of course, if you're on a true, real divine masculine journey. So the next time, before you jump the gun and say, hey, I want to find a soulmate, or I'm done with my DM, reflect. What is he trying to do for you? Of course, we are doing a lot of things for our divine masculine too, but what he's doing for us is priceless, because he's doing it from a subconscious mode where he's not even aware of why he's doing what he's doing, why he's behaving in that way. There is no explanation for it, but it has to happen. If not, your awakening process will never be kickstarted. Your merging process with infinity will not happen. And if it doesn't happen, how are you going to be in a stable, secure connection with your divine counterpart in the 3D? You're going to be angry if he says something, because he's still operating from the mind. Instead of turning his criticism into wisdom, you are looking at the criticism and you're thinking, how can he do this to me? How can he say this to me? It's toxic. But is it really toxic? Of course, guys, there are toxic relationships out there, abusive relationships out there, and they are not twin flame connections. Let me be very clear about that. In a twin flame connection, there may be subtle behaviors, but they are only there to bring you to the next level, not to bring you down. It's to bring you up. So if there's no spiritual growth or evolution, then it's not a twin flame connection. That is one of the biggest markers. So number 3, what does he do consciously? The way he treats you, the way he pushes you away. Him running away from you is telling you stop chasing him, because he's going to keep running. Surrender. Accept the fact that maybe you will never get into union. Detachment. Accept the fact that there's more to the twin flame journey than than being with him in the physical, in the 3D, and making love. It's not only that. There's so much more to the twin flame journey. It's about multi-dimensionalism. It's about feeling each other's presence even when you are in a distance. It's about telepathic communication. It's about everything. Cooking together in your dreams, cooking together in reality, starting a family together, remembering the family that you have out there, remembering the lives that you shared together, remembering your mission codes, remembering everything. That is the sacredness of this journey, and the beauty of it is can't be described in words. So literally, when I do these daily divine masculine channelings, I try to tap onto my memory of when I was in separation with my DM and how I felt. So I'm kind of like doing like timeline jumping within when I'm doing these channelings. So because of the experience that I have, and when I connect with the current energies, I'm able to present to you what the collective is going through while in separation. So that's why sometimes I add in, how is it like for twin flames who are in physical union, and what's the next plan for it. So this is what's happening, and the reason why my daily channelings revolve around twin flame separation is because when we're in separation, all we need to know is what's going on with our DM from a very detached, loving, unconditional way. The moment you're obsessed with what he's thinking, then you are going to fall 10 steps backwards. But when you are detached and you're just drawing inspiration from what he may be thinking, that's when you're truly, truly ascending. So detachment, he's teaching you detachment. He's teaching you how to let go of control and power. He's teaching you to expand beyond, everything. He's helping you to connect with the infinity, the truth, the wisdom of the universe. So that's why our divine masculine is teaching us all day, every day, to become a better version of ourselves, just like how we are doing everything we can from as a woman, as a mother, as the motherly nature in us naturally nurtures, right? And the fatherly nature in him also nurtures. It's just that our roles are a little bit different, but we are very unique. We give love and we receive love. So does your divine masculine. He gives love through advice and growth. You give love through unconditional boundaries. So that's what's going on. When you cook for him, it's unconditional love. When he advises you, guides you, it's unconditional love too. And when these two worlds meet, that's when the divine merging takes place. When you awaken as the divine mother and he awakens as the divine father, then only the divine marriage will take place, and you'll be able to birth projects or children or anything, that's about creation. So, all right. Let me see. Oh, I've got quite a number of requests. 1, 2, 3. Got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got about 7 reading requests today. Let me look at the comments, and then I will. Karen is saying, having a chuckle. Literally cooked meal prep after work today. Just had this urge. Hello. Oh, wow. All right. So perfect. So as I was saying, start seeing what your divine masculine is doing, not literally, but what is the lesson? What can you learn from his action? And what is the blatant truth behind his behavior? Another scenario I would like to present is example, you think you're an awakening divine feminine, and you are like, you know what, I'm going to honor my light, I'm going to be in separation, I'm not going to have any kind of contact. And then you are like, suddenly you have this primal urge, and you go to a place that he frequents, and you kind of create this scenario where you bump into him. You know what, your DM is going to know. Whatever you do, he's going to know, because he is coming from a nurturer, protector aspect. So he's going to know, he's going to see right through your action, just like how you see right through his action. He can see right through your action. So what is the point? You wait all these years, and then suddenly you pop up. Of course he's going to tell you that he's never ever going to talk to you ever again, and he's going to block you. Even though you never stalked him, or you never even looked at his social media, and you carried high discipline, but you weren't. You were still lingering, hoping, wondering, desperately awaiting his return. And when nothing was happening, you had to go and self-sabotage. But that is a reminder from the divine masculine. You think you are there, but you're not there yet. So that's why, guys, next time when he blocks you or tells you off, just honor it, respect it, and see it this way. There's nothing you can do anyway. He has decided to block you, he has decided to hate you, he has decided not to be with you, unless he changes his own mind. Literally. There's nothing you can do. But what you can do is you can work on yourself. Instead of taking revenge, by dating someone else, which of course, if you want to do, go ahead. But often, as a real divine feminine, it will be very difficult to be with anyone else. And even then, if there's a higher level soulmate that comes by, see whether it's created by the not so good energies, or did you call out someone, or did your divine masculine walk out, walk-ins and walk-outs. So consider these things before you jump the gun. Thirdly, introspection, self-worth, growth, evolution. Who are you becoming as a divine feminine, and what is your role? What is your purpose? How are you living life? Are you living life happily without him? That is crucial, to union. If you're not living life happily without him, and you're hoping that only with him you'll be happy, you have failed the test. If you think that I'm very disciplined, no contact, but you bump into him, you have failed the test. If you think that, oh, I'm so wise, I know everything, you have failed the test. You're failing the test quite easily, because the ego is the biggest buster in your journey. So again, don't look at it in terms of passing or failing, but look at it from a point of surrender and detachment. Who are you in this world? What determines your presence? What are you trying to do? What are you creating? Are you helping someone in need? So literally, I'm not talking about charity. Are you assisting? Are you, helping your brother babysit his children? Are you doing something that is making you live more and more in 5D? That's a question you got to ask. Instead of dwelling on why he's not returning. Of course, when you're in the wounded phase, you're going to dwell all the time. But when you're more and more awakening and empowerment, you'll be in full surrender state. Of course, fantasizing, there's nothing wrong with it. They're often visions into the future. And thinking about it without any kind of control, expectations, that's detachment too. Because it's you who is imagining, which is completely fine. It's you who is visualizing. But when you want that visualization to come through by hook or crook, then that's obsession, that's control. That is trying to control the timeline and not trusting in the divine. So trust in the divine, surrender, talk to God. When you are lost, talk to God, scream for answers, cry out for answers, and you will be guided always. And I'm speaking from experience, from me being in this line of service for a very, very long time, many lifetimes, many incarnations. One thing I can say is merge with God. merge with infinity, and you will merge with your divine masculine in no time. And that's why instead of criticizing him and complaining about him and complaining about his toxic masculinity, think about, are you being a toxic feminine? Are you being a wounded feminine? Ask these questions. That's when you throw these questions back at you. And if you don't, you're going to be stuck in this loop of many lifetimes of incarnations and never being even this close to being in union. Well, that's the hard truth. And right now, God is giving us this wonderful window of unions, the sacred space that I was talking about, frequencies for twin flames who are, working, volunteering, being here to enjoy their DM in the 3D physical. A lot of work is at play. We are working really hard to create this, but you have to work hand in hand with the universe, with the frequencies, and stop self-sabotaging. Stop thinking your DM has a flaw. Look at yourself. If you think he has a flaw and he is you in another body, you have a flaw too, right? If you think he's arrogant, you're probably the same. If you think he's absent, you're probably the same. If you think he's running, you're probably running away from something too. Think about it. Are you running away from a particular assignment that you're meant to do? Metaphysically, are you trying to run away from a responsibility? Well, that's exactly what your DM is mirroring. Same thing. If he's mean to you, you're probably mean to someone else in your life. If he's mean to you, you're being mean to yourself. So the next time your DM says something, reflect within, guys. Look deep, deep, deep within and figure out what it is that the universe is trying to teach you. What it is that your divine masculine is trying to teach you. All right, guys, with that, I am going to wrap up today's topic and I'm going to delve right into channeling. I'm going to see if there are any comments. If I know many of you will watch this later anyway. All right. Perfect. So let me read out the list. I've got Irene, Jennifer, Shilpi, Tracy, Veth, Nicole, Diana, and Inela. So we've got a good number of y'all. I'm just going to rest my voice a bit. I've been up since 4 a.m. like I always am, and today I've been having a lot of verbal meetings non-stop. So let me take a moment to drink some water. I can already feel the strain in my throat. All right, so let's see what Irene's question is. Heavy. I'm not sure what I'm going through spiritually right now, but it feels very heavy. I have so much anger and resentment towards my twin flame right now. I'm trying to shift and let it go, but it keeps coming back. How else can I shift this energy, please? And general guidance, thank you. Irene, I think this discourse is dedicated to you. So basically, the resentment you're having is energetic. This week is volatile. A lot is coming up. A lot is part of the negative agenda. They're trying to do a lot of frequency influencing to ensure that you don't get into union, because they know a big union timeline is open right now. So that's why you're feeling so much resentment. Resentment brings you down vibrationally, frequency wise. So instead of being in that emotion of being in so much resentment, think about why are you feeling the resentment. What is your divine counterpart trying to teach you? Why is she behaving the way she's behaving? These are some key questions you can ask, and then naturally you will shift back to your original frequency that's going to bring you back. So the anger you're feeling as well is from many, many lifetimes. So basically, the heaviness and everything that you're experiencing as part of the journey is a catalyst for what's going to happen in the next stages, where you're going to see this soul level transformation that's going to take place. So the messages that I'm getting from your divine counterpart is that she wants you to know that she's trying so hard, but somehow she's self-sabotaging, you are self-sabotaging, and you're both just going back to square one. And her higher self is guiding you to say that for a moment, just pause, reflect, and enjoy the presence of each other. Not in terms of comparison, but God's gift that you're able to be under the same roof, to see each other's face every day. Of course, you may annoy each other, you might irritate each other, but the gift of having each other, is what your guides want you to know. It's very, very precious. And to remind you that you can work through this. It's just a phase, it's just a period into the next stage in your connection. So what I'm picking up on is a lot of transmissions, coding, and it's like you're just going to come to a point where you realize that all of these means everything, and at the same time it means nothing as well. So how can you shift this energy? Just acknowledge them, try to understand them, and then release them to the universe. So these are my guidance. This is what I'll be guiding you for this week. And also, it's okay to be angry, and it's okay to show resentment, because right now the energies are volatile, but it's also about triggering you both to become a better version of yourself. So that's what's happening. So it's a natural process of evolving that's taking place. All right, then with that, Reen, I hope you've enjoyed this channeling. Next up, I've got Tracy. Let me have a look at her question. Any message about moving forward, please? Can you see union, please? Sorry, love, was running late for work and didn't want to miss out. Thanks. I'm so sorry, Tracy. I was late today's live, and I hope you're able to watch it live. If not, you can watch it afterwards. All right. Basically, to answer your question, how to move forward? Well, it's a very general question, and one important thing to remember is change is inevitable. So you guys are constantly moving forward towards union, because it is embedded in every cell in our body to be in union with our divine counterpart in every dimension, in every plane of consciousness. So naturally, union is going to happen no matter any kind of obstacles, no matter any kind of challenges that may be put forth in your path. So what's going on actually is that you both are conditioning yourselves to let go of the conditionings that are conditioning yourself, that is causing you to have so many conditions within you. So what is going on energetically is you guys are getting rid of the old conditionings that you will never be able to get into union. Earth, it's impossible to get into union. Earth is a difficult place. It's quite the contrary. What is actually happening is that every cell in your body is preparing itself for union. So you don't have to do anything at this stage, Tracy. You just have to surrender to the moment, be in the moment, and transcend. And that's what's going to capture the divinity between the both of you and unite you in every version of yourself, including Earth. So this is what's happening in terms of union. You are already there, and you're walking towards it from this point, the present, to that point, the future. But that future is already created. You're not even at the point of co-creating. It is set in stone that you are going to unite. And there is nothing that can happen that's going to prevent you both from being in union. So the mystical energies are in deep alignment, especially with the ley line activations of Mother Gaia, of all the grid work that all of us are doing collectively, of the sacrifice our divine masculines are doing by completely giving themselves away so that you both can be together, subconsciously trying to connect with you, struggling to realize the truth and the illusion. Your DM is saying that he will give his life to you if he has to. That's how much he loves you, and he doesn't know, he can't find any other words to persuade you how much you matter to him. With that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. And next up, I have got Veth. So, Veth, do you have a particular question? I don't see a question here. My mic fell. Oops. So guys, I have the YouTuber mic here. That's why you guys can hear me loud and clear. But of course, I'm not showing the mic, right? For optics. All right, Beth, I'll give it a moment. If you're here, tell me your question. If not, I'll do a general channeling for you. All right. All right. So, Ved, what is going on with the both of you? Energetically, I'm seeing a lot of green, yellow, blue, white, and pink. So, there's a lot of playful energies that's surrounding your combined energy fields. Of course, there were a lot of cuts, wounds, holes in your combined energy field. So, you guys may have felt very zapped. So, that may have caused a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of unnecessary pain, suffering, because of the leakage. The not so good energies were just zapping you out a lot, but it's being repaired right now energetically. The cells in your body are inspiring the cosmic energies to repair your energetic fields as well. So that's what's going on. This transformation, this transition is causing this cellular level, soul level, deep integration of healing, expanding, and getting to the next level. So that's what's very unique about today's channeling, Vet, is that you are actually becoming one with your divine counterpart, and the ego is shedding. All the pain that has been carried on for lifetimes, they're all collapsing in this divine, scarce, sacred way. So it's really, really beautiful. And the messages that I'm getting from your divine masculine is that he wants you to know the truth, that he loves you in a way that you will never understand. And he says that he's tired of trying to convince you, persuade you how much he loves you, because you just don't believe him. And he says he's not the best person, and he doesn't know how to express himself, and he might come across as mean and absent, but he wants you to look beyond. And he says he knows you look beyond, but yet he feels that you don't trust him, and no matter what he does, it's only getting worse. But he says, whatever happens, he's never going to give up on you. And I know, hearing this, you might feel like, what the hell? Why is he speaking this way? Well, the truth is, he has problem navigating through 3D Earth. He has never loved 3D way before. He doesn't know what 3D love is. He says that he's so used to you understanding where he comes from. And here on earth, there's this transmission blocker that is not allowing you both to communicate each other energetically, telepathically, because you choose to only see the earth narrative. And he says that he's very angry at himself for all of his pitfalls and all of his behaviors. But he says he doesn't know why he does that. Sometimes he says that it's to awaken you. He's doing these things to invoke the divinity in you. He's doing these things to drive you to the point of madness so that you will awaken to your true goddess self. But at the same time, he's saying his methods are not right and it's not fair, especially after going through years and years of human conditioning. His behavior is a big no. But however, from the deepest parts of his heart, he's saying he's etching in pain because you are etched in every memory of his, intertwined, and he misses that kind of love. He misses your presence. He misses you understanding him without the need to explain through words or actions. He says that he's tired of this 3D superficial world and superficial love, and he says that he's not going to give up, but he's not going to give in to the illusions of Maya either. And he just invites you into this sacred space to remember the old ways of loving, because he misses you terribly, insanely, with all madness. And he says you'll become a better person, and he says he's begging you for forgiveness for his words, for him being crude, for him being absent. He's saying they're all wrong, but he doesn't know how else to express his love in 3D earth. And it's a deep conflict that he's experiencing in his mind, and it's breaking his heart and soul, because all he wants is to be with you, but he is his own greatest enemy. So he asks you to accept him the way he is, but also to trust that he will change, and not to jump the gun and think that nothing good will ever happen between the both of you. He says that he does get glimpses of past life memories and it does trigger him, but he's ready to let go, and he's asking you to let go too, and to begin a new journey with him. And he says this time around it's going to be different, it's going to be wholesome, it's going to be fruitful. And he thanks you for waiting for him for lifetimes, for believing in him always, and for never ever giving up on him. And he says that no amount of words will ever be able to express the appreciation he holds for you. With that, Vet, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. And your guides want you to know you're so beautiful, you're filled with light, and you know your the sacrifice, the unconditional love, the nurturing you do for your DM, the universe is watching, and it will definitely knock some sense into your DM. And overall, the beautiful nuances of love that you show each other subconsciously and consciously are very beautiful, and the universe wants you to know good things are coming ahead for you, and the happiness that you've been searching for is coming right to you, together in fullness. I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. Next up I have got Nicole, and then I've got Diana, and then I've got Ainala. So I hope I haven't missed anyone. Let me just check. All right, I have missed Shilpi, and usually she likes it for the last. So and Jennifer. All right. All right, I'm going to do Jennifer's one. Her question is, hi Vash, may I please get an energy update on my DM? I'm missing him lately, and I can feel his energy a little more as well. Well, Jennifer, the good news is you are really, really very close to union at the moment, and that's why you are feeling his energy more and more. It's a big sign that you guys are very close to intertwining with each other in the physical, and energetically your DM is really leveling up. Is no longer stuck in this space of being lost, and he is truly doing things in his life to see the flow of energies coming in, intertwining in the deepest corners of the universe, and bringing this sacred energy towards you. Your combined energetic fields are also looking very, very promising. I'm seeing a lot of green, which is a sign of change. It's also a sign of all the irritations and frustrations disappearing into thin air, and welcoming a new stream of peace and joy and consciousness that you're both going to enjoy with one another. So what is going on is that this missing is developing into beautiful, beautiful waves of yearning and love, which you're both sharing with one another. So energetically, it's such a auspicious time for you both to get together, and you are really, really coming into this space of overall growth and evolution. So it is your time to shine in the most sacred light, Jennifer, because so much is coming in. It's working out for you, and keep shining, keep blossoming, and the divine will be with you always. And your guides want you to know that there's nothing you got to do right now. Just surrender, trust, and trust that good things are going to happen to you. And you guys are doing a lot of missions, you're partaking in a lot of energetic shifts, and overall ascension is going on as well. So with that, Jennifer, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. Next up, I have got Nicole. All right. So Nicole is saying, "Hello, my beautiful friend. I miss you and this group. I hope all is well with you. I passed the board recently and became a board certified patient advocate. I've been incredibly busy the last few months advocating to fix our broken systems and take down fraud and corruption. It's my 44th birthday today, and I'm feeling a little old, but I feel purpose and passion still. Just a general for me, please. Sending love and light always." Oh, congratulations on all your achievements, my beautiful friend. I'm so proud of you, and happy, happy, happy birthday. May you have the happiest birthdays, and may every other birthday after this be even happier. And 44 is such a beautiful number, beautiful age. It's the true age of blossoming into sacred womanhood, and walking the path of starlight and divinity. So you are at the stage where everything that you're doing is in alignment with your soul purpose and overall growth and ascension. So that's the reason why, this is the age of fulfillment, and everything is going good for you, and you're going to continue to fix more broken systems, and you're going to make the world a better place. And that's what you're born to do, and that's what you're meant to do. And you have so much sacred light coming through to you, that you are here to shine, to nurture, to create, to care, and to love unconditionally. This is what you're offering the world, and the world in return is going to offer you peace, contentment, opportunities, growth, evolution, and ascension. So it is two-way, and you've got such a beautiful relationship with infinity itself, and your twin flame is admiring you from afar, and miracles are going to happen in your journey, Nicole, and it's all in divine timing. Blessed, as I say, blessed as it may be, it is a beautiful, beautiful opportunity for overall growth and development and change and sacred growth like never before. Your guides also want you to know that they're extremely proud of you for everything that you do for the collective, for the multiverses, for the galaxies, and beyond. With that, Nicole, happy, happy birthday to you, and may you be blessed with everything the universe has to offer. God is with you always. With that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling, and next up, I have got Diana and Inella. All right. All right. Diana hasn't sent me anything. So, Diana, Energies are looking very, very promising. A lot of changes are going underway. Your divine masculine is truly, truly leveling up. His energies are very special, very sacred. I've not seen such a powerful stream of energy consciousness with your DM as of now. And I can say that the last 3-4 years, he has truly, truly leveled up to this space. Now, all he has to do is maintain this frequency and to continue growing further and deeper and evolving in the most beautiful, beautiful way possible. So I'm seeing so much that's going on energetically, and it's just shining through this most beautiful way. Your guides want you to know that both of you are unstoppable. Your sacred journey has been activated. It's time for you to blossom in the most sacred way possible. And it's beyond imagination. It's your soul calling to be with one another beyond the stars, beyond the planets, and beyond your own sacred light to shine, to evolve. I'm definitely seeing you guys getting married very soon with children coming up. I'm seeing 4 children, but you might have 6 or 7. God's will always. But it's going to be so happy. You have a mini soccer field in your backyard, all the kids running around playing with you, you shining in your radiant light, and your DM teaching the kids on how to be a great great player, and everything is just taking place. The divinity, the magic of the moment is so strong. I feel like you've jumped a timeline, Diana, and everything is going to be wonderful from now on. May you be blessed. May great things happen to you, and love to you always. With that, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. I've got Ainola and then Shilpi. Ainella, what is your question? Let me see. Oh, yes, you had your question here. Oh, Veth, I'm just seeing your question. All right, sorry, Veth, I'm just seeing your question. Well, as you can see, when I connected to his thoughts, look at the way he's speaking. On a 3D way, he's definitely portraying immaturity and stubbornness. So the whole fluctuating of energies will shift. And it's not going to be the last. You guys are going to get together again. All right, Arnola, thank you so much for your question. Ainola's question is, please love, Stefan still hasn't called me to apologize for offending me. It's been a week since he argued with me. What is his feelings for me now? And if he's thinking of calling me, is he awakened to our connection? Does he know that he must heal so that we can be in union? Well, he's still in the initial stages of awakening. He's definitely being guided to apologize to you and to correct his old ways. There's a lot of frustration and anger towards himself on his behavior. So, a lot of deep seated reflection is going on energetically between both of you. So, you may be feeling a lot of ups and downs. But he does know a part of him, his higher self is guiding him to heal so that he can be in union with you. So there is this sacred space that you're both creating, empowering each other to be in this moment of deep integration and connection. So definitely the tides are changing in your favor, Ainola, and I'm definitely seeing rebirth, growth, evolution, transformation, and most importantly, apology and forgiveness. So that's what I'm picking up. The messages that I'm getting from your divine masculine is that he's saying that his ego is too strongly seated, that his 3D self is not able to apologize at the moment, but he's working on it. But he deeply, sincerely apologizes from the 5D, and he promises you that you'll be a better person and that he loves you so much for who you are, the way you are, and for your unconditional love. With that, Ainala, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. And finally, Shilpi. Let's see. Oops. Shilpi saying, hey, I hope you're all well, sending donation for the live channeling. Haven't had any contact, so what's going on with him? What's the energy for the next few months? Any movement from his end? He is pining and whining energetically about not speaking to you, about losing contact with you, fearing that you may have moved on, giving up on him. He's just in this very volatile stage right now. Shilpi, it's like as though his head is exploding into 1,000 million pieces, hoping that something will connect you back with him. So he is in deep depression. He's almost like going crazy because his karmic is driving him crazy, and all he wants is to be with you in your arms, deeply intertwined, truly intertwined in the most beautiful, empowering way always. So the next couple of months are going to be volatile. It's going to get much more difficult and challenging, and then it will going to reach a point where after the storm there's going to be calm. So I'm sensing around July, August, there will be some kind of communication coming from his end, and it will start to crystallize further. And this time round, your union with towards each other will be filled with solutions and a joint purpose. So I definitely feel like this time he's going to level up in a way where he's going to come to you, he's going to speak from his soul, he's going to speak from his heart, and he's going to find a way to be together. And you guys are going to make tough decisions this time round, but it's going to be so worth it, because I see you guys by December truly being in each other's arms, loving one another beyond everything. And it's going to be in such a sacred space, and I'm definitely seeing you jumping a timeline. It's definitely in the transition. So 5D Earth is going to be very beautiful for you, Shilpi, and it's all going to flow in the most beautiful way, and it's going to be totally empowering, eye-opening, and together both of you are going to feel a peace and joy like never before. With that, Shilpi, I hope you have enjoyed this channeling. And guys, I really hope you have enjoyed today's live. And sorry about the 2-hour delay. And I hope this is an inspiring live. And I hope you are inspired to be inspired by your divine masculine, and to actually take on what he says and to see it in a positive way, even though it might look like it's not on a 3D way. I want you to look beyond the 3D and operate from the 5D, and try to understand why he's behaving the way he's behaving, and the highest form of love, consideration, unconditional love, and freedom. Please offer that to your divine masculine, guys. And remember, in the eyes of God, we are all unique and special. So never think that this is the end. Usually when you think this is the end, it's only the beginning. With that, may God bless you all always, and I'm happy that you have enjoyed. I hope you have enjoyed this live, and I still have spots for the 6/6 portal healing, guys, a very powerful portal. So do check out my website, and soul realignment, womb healing, the Neptune healing. Do check them out. I've also introduced the ancestral one as well, a very, very important one to have during this period. With that, may you be blessed always. Love you all. Take care, and bye-bye. And see you all next week with the topic that I was talking about at the start of the video. Take care, much love, and bye-bye.